Ladies, blokes, and non-binary folks, welcome back to Brownlow Books. I recently read Susan Abulhawa's Against the Loveless World. I loved it. I'm gonna get right into it. I loved it, okay? I went in pretty blind. I knew it was about a Palestinian woman who ended up in solitary confinement in an Israeli prison. And it's got, like, the dual timeline of, like, her telling us stuff in prison and, like, her life beforehand leading to the prison. So that's what I knew. That's what I knew. What's on the back, what's on Goodreads, that's what I knew. It took me places. It took me places I didn't know I wanted to go. It was such a delight. It was such a treat. I mean, there's some really dark shit in this book, but, like, it's kind of the ones that are better, right? The ones that have that kind of, like, that hope and that, like, little bit of humor that, you know, play off of an all-encompassing darkness of what is an occupied Middle East, right? So yes, this does take place in several places. Nar, our protagonist, obviously the one in prison, starts in Kuwait. She is the Palestinian daughter of exiles, of, you know, refugees. Iraq invades Kuwait. Has to move on to Jordan, goes to Palestine to take care of some business, and is just like, I need to go back. So yeah, but ends up back in Palestine and, like, falls in love with the roots of, like, this culture that she never really had. Like, she had, like, what her family brought with her kind of thing. But, like, I can't imagine how different it feels actually being in the country where that came from. So yeah, it's very much a love story, and very much is not a love story. And it's very much a different kind of love story. I didn't expect what this book was gonna do, and I love what this book did, okay? I mean, I feel like it's a really good perspective. How would I know? How would I know? Really good perspective of, you know, women living in occupied territories. Like, there's some shit, and, like, things are not great, and just this almost feels like two books. Not gonna lie, it almost feels like two books. But the beauty in those two books is how they come together into this one book. That's kind of what it feels like for me. Because you have very much this person who is displaced, you know, she's a refugee, basically twice over. She is kind of unmoored. She doesn't know what she's doing. She comes and goes from all these different jobs, all these different people she hangs out with. Like, it's just very much restlessness and just loss. She doesn't know where she is, you know? And then, like, goes to, like, the motherland and falls in love twice. So yeah, I truly do recommend the book. I don't want to give too much away because I feel like a lot of the beauty in this book is not expecting what's going to happen. I mean, it's nothing horrid in the second half. But it's just, there's just such a subtlety of some aspects of this book that really do make it shine. And so yes, I really do recommend it. I don't know what to say about it without, like I said, giving too much away. But on Goodreads, it does have just over 16,000 ratings, not reviews, ratings. It comes out to a 4.49 star. Yeah, so it's a 4.5 star. Like, I feel like it's very rare for that to happen on Goodreads. And the ones that were very low were, you know, people who are dumb. People who did not actually read that book and are just, you know, giving low stars for certain reasons that happened in October of last year, you know? So this book was published in 2019, and it has very much been on lists of Palestinian authors to read, and yeah, I fully fucking agree. I mean, even if we weren't in the middle of what we're in, I would still recommend this book. This book was lovely. I don't know what else to say about it, so I'll just say you should absolutely read it once more. It's just beautiful. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you around next time.